country's oldest Latino civil rights group came out against it, yet AOC keeps defending it, saying gender is fluid, language is fluid. Yes, and Latino voters are fluid. And then there's abortion, a difficult issue for the Democrats to lose on, but they're trying. For decades, liberals have said if only men could get pregnant, this wouldn't even be an issue. And abortion rights are women's rights. Well, that's wrong now. Or as the kids say, hold up.
It's been almost a full year since Bill Maher declared war on what he calls the woke circus. And guess what? The man's still going full throttle with no signs of slowing down. His newest punching bag? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, aka AOC, the progressive fire starter who's been bouncing coast to coast like a glitchy GPS, preaching the same woke wisdom that's got half the country rolling their eyes.
I see a new poll reporting how much Latinos despise the woke term Latinx. It's about as popular with them as a reboot of Speedy Gonzales. Even the country's oldest Latino civil rights group came out against it, yet AOC keeps defending it, saying gender is fluid, language is fluid. Yes, and Latino voters are fluid.
But Maher, yeah, he's over it, and this time he came locked and loaded. Smash that subscribe button, cause we're diving into the heat. It all popped off when Maher, in classic Maher fashion, decided to shine a big ol' spotlight on AOC's non-stop campaign for her ultra-left playbook. He didn't sugarcoat a thing. Instead, he called out what millions of Americans have quietly been thinking. Is anyone actually buying what she's selling anymore? From climate hysteria to economic fantasy land promises, Maher made it crystal clear. He's not sipping the progressive Kool-Aid. And let's be real, he's not alone. More and more everyday folks are waking up to what they see as political theater dressed in activism. Bill didn't just ask the tough questions. He torched the whole narrative with that dry wit and savage honesty that's become his trademark.
There's abortion, a difficult issue for the Democrats to lose on, but they're trying. For decades, liberals have said if only men could get pregnant, this wouldn't even be an issue. And abortion rights are women's rights. Well, that's wrong now. Or as the kids say, hold up.
And AOC, she might have just met her match on live TV. Maher didn't hold back. He straight up asked the question that's been echoing across the country. Why keep pushing a political belief system that's already been called out as toxic, divisive, and completely out of touch? Any regular person would have hit pause, done some self-checking, maybe even shifted gears. But AOC? Nah. She's locked in like it's gospel, marching around with that moral high horse and proudly force-feeding her Latinx vision of America, whether the people are feeling it or not. But here's the plot twist. Maher wasn't just venting. What came next? It wasn't your average jab. It was a calculated takedown, a verbal body slam, the kind of truth bomb that doesn't leave space for political cleanup crews or viral TikTok excuses. So buckle up, cause this part, it gets brutal.
And when the wokey end of the progressive spectrum talks about abortion now, they shy away from that word, women, and prefer terms like birthing people. Or people who menstruate, because somewhere there's a trans man who's pregnant, and I say good for him, and I'll be looking for his story somewhere in a future issue of Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Maher zeroed in on one of the wildest hills modern Democrats decided to camp out on, not being able to define what a woman is. That's right, the very basics. A decade ago, it was obvious. A woman, someone who menstruates, can get pregnant, give birth. Biology 101, not politics, just plain reality. But then the progressive remix hit. Suddenly, gender turned into a menu. Men could be women could be anything. And if you dared to blink twice at that logic, boom, you were labeled the villain, bigot, backwards, cancel worthy. The conversation wasn't open, it was weaponized. Ask a fair question and you'd get a lecture wrapped in smug superiority from Ivy League think pieces and Twitter threads soaked in condescension. And while the left kept shouting louder inside their blue state echo chambers, something started happening across the country. Regular Americans, they didn't scream back. They just quietly walked away. No hashtags, no protests, just a slow, steady rejection.